Hey everyone, as some of you may or may not know, our CSGO team has parted ways with the organization. So this video intends to cover that situation and just give a thanks to everybody that was involved. So initially I intended to just do the standard write-up and wish them best of luck, but this team deserved more than that. I felt we had been working with these guys for just over a year, and there was a lot of hard work that went into it and a lot of ups and downs along the way. And there's a few people in particular that I'd really like to say thank you to. But first of all, just thank you to the crew that came on board. So a year ago, we picked up the ex-Trident roster, Dan's, Herbs, Requiem, Blackout, and Mitch. And unfortunately, some of those were lost along the way. All fantastic people, got along with them all extremely well, and all worked very hard and did what they had to do. So thank you to those guys for showing faith in our brand and deciding to come on board. It was a big decision for you guys at the time, being top of the pecking order, so to speak, after just winning CGP, although it was the online finals. But regardless, you guys were on top of the charts at the time. And I'd always seen something special in those guys, and I'd really wanted to work with them. So after the demise of our first team in Zali, Grat, Steege and Urcast, we took a break from CSGO. I didn't want to diminish or bring down that reputation we had had in CSGO by picking up another team too fast. I really wanted the team to be right and right for us and have the same goals in mind. And I think we found that in this team. I always look for long term. I want people that are easy to get along with, treat them like one of the boys. We could just hang out and just talk crap all night, and doesn't really have to focus on the business side of things or the gaming side of competitive side of gaming. And I found that in these guys, and they were really good for us. I felt like it was a good fit, and we waited for the perfect amount of time and found someone that worked with us and worked for us. So thank you to that team for coming on board. Now along the way, losing people, it was hard to fill the voids at times. So I need to say, special thanks to a few people who stuck in there and helped us out. Dash, aka Wicked, helped us out big time. There was many times where we didn't have players or players couldn't show up, and he was always there to help out. So say what you want about him, that guy really, got us out of a hole when we needed it. may not have worked out in terms of best fit for the team, but regardless, he saved our ass on multiple occasions, so I really have to thank him. Mitch as well, although you were dropped from the core, I think that was a mutual decision, but you were always there when we needed you and always stepped up to the plate. You were a gun player, always fragging. You did what you needed to do for the team, and we appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for everything you did and hanging around and always being there when we needed you. So much respect and love for you, bro. You're a beast player. I wish you kept playing, but it is what it is, bro. And of course, I need to thank Blackout. He's the one I did the deal with initially and spoke to, and he saw in us what I saw in the team, and really pushed for us to get that team on board. And we didn't see eye to eye at a certain stage, and unfortunately had to part ways. But it was great dealing with him. He was a good bloke, and thank you very much for helping us get across the line with that deal, bro. Now, there's other people. James, thanks for coming on board. You gave our guys a bit of experience and, taught them some things, whether good or bad. They learned some lessons from you being around. So, much respect there. Thanks for playing a season for us. Obviously boosted our repertoire quite a bit, having a name like you around. And Aries, there's so much I can say about Aries, man. He is easily the best person I've ever worked with. I'd love to work with him again, and I really wish it didn't go down the path it went down, and removing him, I think that was probably the greatest mistake that was made in this team. He was such a rock for the team and just did so much on and off the field. And, just one of the greatest guys of the scene, honestly. Aries, from the bottom of my heart, bro, thank you for everything. I'm so glad that I got to work with you, and hopefully we have the chance to work again in the future. You're an amazing person, great leader, and just, yeah, thanks, bro. Iron Cruden, Iron, man, you didn't have to come onto this team. You were You're a beast player then, you're a beast player now, and the team was going through some struggles when we picked you up. For some reason, you decided, yep, you know, these boys are the boys I'm going to play with. I think it might have just been an accident. You kind of missed out on a few teams or some, I don't know what it was, bro, but you know, you coming onto the team boosted us both in morale and skill. You're putting up the numbers, you're helping us get those wins. And, you know, you're great to work with, actually. I kind of had my doubts about you initially, and I wasn't sure, you know, what you'd be like, and I'd heard stories about you, but I'm glad I gave you the time of day. You're an awesome person, and, you know, your skill speaks for itself, man. I hope you find a good home, and I wish you all the best. And Cruden, you know, we struggled to get you off Avant, but, you know, we managed to do it, and you've been a great support player for us. You were kind of that glue that we needed. You were, you know, you were just what we were missing, I think, and you kind of brought the whole team together, and, you know, you just made it work, man. You were good for the team, I think, and I'm glad you came on board, and I'm glad we were able to make that deal with Avant. But it is what it is, so, yeah. So thanks to those guys. Now, basically what's happened with the team is initially we tried to pick up Moe, and then we went with Destiny. And Destiny, amazing guy. I get along with him really well. I think he's really awesome and great skill. Obviously, you don't need to second guess that, but just wasn't the right fit for our team, I think. I don't know what went wrong, whether it was different types of personalities or whether different types of play style. I'm not sure what it was, but just something didn't click there. But I'm grateful for the time he spent here. But I do think perhaps picking Destiny over Moe at the time maybe wasn't the best decision for the team, which in the long run has kind of, you know, cemented the demise of the team, unfortunately. But yeah, so we tried to pick up Moe after the finals, and unfortunately Moe was kind of in talks with a few other brands at the time and had decided to go with Avant. Now, with that was Dans and Herbs, so they really wanted to play with Moe, and we really wanted to work with Moe. I've been talking about it for many years. You know, Moe would fit us really well. But yeah, they just kind of decided Avant was the best choice. Moe, I believe, had already signed with them along with Zeph, who was also another option for us at the time. And Dans and Herbs just really wanted to play with them. So we were trying to come up with a solution. What could we do with the other options for players and whatnot? And the ultimate decision was, look, what do you boys want to do? Where do you want to play? And they really wanted to play with Moe. So we're in talks with Avant for quite some time, and we've come up with an agreement. So both parties, or sorry, all three parties, Corvidae, Avant, Dans and Herbs, we've all agreed on certain terms. So once those terms are met, they will be released from their current contracts, and they will be playing with Avant for the foreseeable future. So with that, we've given a full release to everyone else involved in the team. Ares was released a few months ago, Iron's been released, and Cruden's been released recently. So the whole team is gone. We've got no more team at this point, but definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, just on that, I'd like to give a special thanks to, well, first of all, anyone that I've missed, I'm sorry, but Dans and Herbs, man, you're the best people I've worked with. You know, we get along so well. We're like brothers, and it's a real shame that you're going, but I wish you all the best. Hopefully, you know, at some point we get to work together again. But honestly, thank you for everything. I seen something in you, and you guys believed in us, and you stuck around when you didn't have to, and we kind of just had that belief in each other that it was going to work out, and it seems like it has. You know, you have a really good opportunity now at Avant, and I think perhaps we pushed this team as far as it was going to go. Who knows? But, you know, we got our names up there, you know, top 6 at HLTV for our region, some big wins, some upsetting losses. We've been through it all the ups and the downs. But I consider you guys brothers, and I always will, and I'd really love to cross paths with you again if the opportunity arises. Best of luck, and thank you for everything. Here's to you, boys.